Okay, beautiful world. We're here for another dream session. This is number 16. We're gonna make this officially part of a podcast by next week. So I'll be uploading every episode to all the streaming sites and on YouTube podcast as well. And tonight's gonna be an exciting episode. We should have my sister joining us. Uh, Something exciting happened. My cousin proposed to his fiance now, Lauren. Congratulations, Dill. I love you. And so my sister called me right away, like minutes after she saw his post, and she said that she had a dream about his wedding. We didn't know he was getting married. Nobody knew he was getting married. This is a surprise to the whole family. So of course she called me excited right away, saying that she had a dream about it and about even had a dream about the ring. And I'm gonna have her join me on here, hopefully soon. Let me send her a message here. Actually, she just messaged me and asked me where I'm going live. Um, she should be able to see it. I'll share this to my personal page. So yeah, it should be exciting. She said she had a dream about exactly this, and then it happened. So these are the premonitions that we talk about. Let's see. Let's get into premonitions and dreams. I know there's a lot of famous historical cases of people dreaming about events that ended up happening. A lot of them are actually documented. Some are only anecdotal, but there's quite a few. We can go over those in a little bit. We could talk about that. She should be here any minute now, and hopefully she'll let me know if she's able to go live. Let me look up. I know there's a few famous cases. Supposedly, they say Abraham Lincoln had a dream about his assassination a few days before he was shot. I don't think that was documented before it actually happened, though. But I know also Mark Twain claimed he had a dream about his brother's death, and shortly after the dream, his brother died. Paul McCartney, Paul McCartney said that his song Yesterday by the Beatles was inspired by a dream. And then one of the most famous scientifically documented cases was Otto Lowe's dream of the acetylcholine protein. He had a dream about the structure of the neurotransmitter, and it helped him solve a problem that he had been working on for years. And he actually went on to win the Nobel Prize in physiology and medicine for that, for what he discovered in a dream. Also, the guy who came up with the periodic table of elements said that he saw the structure of that in a dream, and that helped him piece it together. So there's a lot of cases. Like I said, some are just anecdotal, some are actually well documented. But everyone I talk to about it says that they've had an experience, or they know someone that's had an experience where they've dreamed of something that ended up happening in the future. Thank you all for the hearts, whoever that was. Beautiful. So let's get my sister on here to talk about her dream that she had about my cousin getting married. This is why I always say how important it is to keep a dream journal, because then these things can actually be documented. I'm gonna message her. I don't know exactly where she's at, but yeah, lots of famous cases of dreams predicting the future. I think there's a difference between that and so-called prophets. I'm pretty confident that Nostradamus was proven wrong. He made like over 1,000 predictions that were supposed to have taken place over like a 500-year period, and they're very vague and they're not in order. Okay, there's my sister. She's here. Okay. There you are. Beautiful.
I don't know. Can you
Hi,
hear me? I can
can
hear
I hear
you.
you?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, good. I can hear you. We're good.
Um. Yeah. So what?
All right.
Oh,
So you
gotta
you
tell
tried.
you, got the craziest
Okay, let's hear it.
chills when I saw online Dylan got engaged. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I had the dream 2 nights ago. I know exactly, like, the ring was so prominent. I know exactly the ring in my dream. Stop.
Really?
Stop. I am yelling. All right, I won't.
No, you can yell.
Taylor
Yell.
told me not
It makes it easier for everyone to hear
to.
you. Yeah, no. Yelling's good. Did you write this dream down? Of course you didn't. Okay.
And mostly what I remember about the dream was a blue stone with quartz. It was, and I can draw it. I want to draw what the ring like, because I'm an artist, so I want to draw it. And
I mean, whether or not exactly what you saw is what the ring looks like, it's
get
still
this.
interesting.
Then Taylor, then I see on Facebook, all of a sudden they're engaged. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And in my dream, there was a whole wedding and everything at Skytop. But they didn't. Yeah,
Of
makes
course,
sense, right? But they didn't have enough money for like the Skytop thing, but
yeah,
they had the most beautiful ring. He had a plain like wedding.
right,
And
right.
grandma, the the
She was alive?
2 nights ago, you and I were trying to keep her alive in the dream. And I kept bitching at you. I was like, I think like in the dream, every so often you had to give her like medicine to like keep her like alive. And I was like, brother, did you give it to her? And you're like, oh, I forgot, which is kind of typical for you. And I'm like, no, give it to her. He started getting delusional, and like I don't know, In that same dream,
Yeah.
Dylan
Wow.
getting married, not engaging, getting married.
Right, and then you find
2 days
out.
ago.
Wait, when did you have this dream?
2 nights.
2 days ago. So not last night, but the night before. And then today
I didn't
he
fucking
proposed to her,
know.
which nobody knew was going to happen. I didn't know either. None of us knew.
I called him and I kind of wanted to tell him, like, congratulations, holy shit. Her birthstone is sapphire. That's the stone I saw in my dreams. How the fuck would I ever know that?
Wow.
Love it.
Wow.
Crazy. And last night I had a dream and Grandma was alive in it. One of Kelly's friends was having a wedding. I don't know what this wedding thing is. She was in a dream and one of her friends were having a wedding. Or anything. I can picture I can draw Lauren's ring.
So you've been in two.
Crazy to me.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
yeah, do that.
Yes, I don't know how it happens, but
That's why it's important to keep a dream journal, because then it would have been documented.
Yeah. You're right.
Please.
All right.
Start keeping a dream journal.
The issue with the dream journal is that I don't feel like waking up enough to
That's what the voice recording's about.
My phone?
Do it.
I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah. You have a voice recorder on your phone, and you could put it right there, so you could press it when you wake up.
I mean, there's no excuses.
Worst comes to worst,
water, and
use your
I'm drinking water, and I'm like,
for a video.
remembering my dreams, you know?
What up, Cliff? Cliff said, "What up, bro and sis?" What up, Cliff? Cliff, we got stuff to talk about tonight, homie. What's up? What's up? You're getting kind of fuzzy. What happened? Can you hear me still? Are we connected? You're messing up. Okay, there you are. What happened? Okay, I see you now. All right, you're clear. We're back. Can you hear me? Did you lose the sound?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Anything.
can see you now.
Nothing's wrong with
What's wrong with
me.
you?
It's a fucking phone. I literally don't.
I can see. I
It
can
says
see
joining.
everything. I can see you. Yeah,
No, I
your
got good
connection might be bad.
connection.
Tell Taylor to
What the
get
heck
up.
is going on? No, it's like black. Tell me I'm joining.
Hmm.
I can hear you. That's something.
Hmm. How's it look to everyone else out there? Let me know in the comments how it looks to you guys, so we can know if it's just her.
You always say that. Then that Dee Dee person always agrees with me if she's here. She.
Yeah, yeah. She said. She let me know like yesterday or the day before that she's probably not going to make it to this one. If she does, she said she's
So
going to be late,
I,
but she'll
well,
definitely
that's not fair. If everyone could
at
see me,
some
and
point.
now I don't even know if like what I look like here.
Well, you know what you look like, so that
I
doesn't
look
matter.
like a.
We're good. So, so you asked. No, you don't want to
All
talk
right,
yet?
can we
Come on, I
try
want
to
to keep this
do
moving
the
along. You want to drop out and come back? All right, go ahead, try that. Okay, sorry about that. Erica said she looks beautiful. Oh, you're the best, Erica. Looking forward to working tomorrow night. Yeah, I don't know. She might have a bad connection. This Facebook stuff can be finicky. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I guess she had a dream about my cousin getting married, and it's coming true. Pretty amazing. Cliff, homie, how you been, man? I was live on TikTok last week. I think I hit you up. I was trying to get you on there or something. It, it didn't go too smooth over there at all. Actually, I ended up getting, I think, actually, yeah, TikTok kicked me off. But we could talk about that another time. I'm gonna add her. I'm all sniffly and stuff. I don't know if it's from the cold or from allergies.
better?
Okay, yeah, you're back. How's that? You look good. You sound good.
I feel better about this.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So, can you? Well, obviously, I don't know. Can you think about what? That's premonition, right? Like, how the
That's
f did
premonition.
that?
Yeah, that's not. It's not a type of dream you really even need to sit there and try to analyze because it's all pretty direct, you know.
But no one told me. I had no freaking clue. Like, no one even gave me a little hint in my life. Not anyone. Not Aunt Jen. No one.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think she
No one.
knew. I don't think any of us knew. Nobody had any idea.
I asked Dylan. His dad knew for sure. I think his mom might have known. I don't know, but I didn't know. I don't care who knew. I
No,
didn't
she
know.
didn't know because I'm pretty sure she would have said something to Jamie because her and Jamie talk. Maybe,
Yeah.
but
Anyways, I didn't know. So how would that literally, that stone show up in my dream? And I know it. Like,
you're in
and then
tune.
so can you explain that?
You are on. You are in tune. You are on the frequency of the family. You must be.
Okay.
This was
But
this was destined to happen, and also I think Grandma is there in spirit. I think Grandma's aware of it, wherever, however she is.
because
Her energy's
he's
there with her.
been prominently in my dreams the past 2 days as well.
Yeah, I think that's what that's saying. And I mean, she's a strong foundation between you, Dylan, all of it. That part of the family, Grandma is the foundation of that. So it makes sense that she's there for that. Maybe she was the one showing you. I don't know. Interesting, though. It's incredible.
No,
It looks like
this
you're getting cut off
connection
again.
is not working.
You know, figure it out. Are you far from your router? How far are you from your Wi-Fi router?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you too.
You just slowed down really hard.
Sorry.
All
I'll try not to do that
right.
again.
You better. But
I'll be extra careful.
so anyways, what would it mean that I don't know what to ask you questions other than like
Because it's
when
not the mean.
I saw her stone and Dylan said it's her birthstone. How would that happen?
Yeah, you're in tune. I mean, either it's like an extreme coincidence because you could take the scientific approach and say like, how many people? Everyone dreams every night. How many people remember their dreams
Mm-hmm.
around the world? Who knows? But say it's a rough number of, what is there? 8 billion people, 7 billion people. So probably 2 or 3 billion people every night remember their dreams. Out of those 2 or 3 billion people that remember their dreams, one of those dreams is going to end up having something that comes true just by chance. So
Okay.
that's like the atheistic, you know, uh, non-dogmatic approach, just logic and reasoning. By the rule of reason, some people are gonna end up having dreams that come true because people have so many dreams and things
Okay, well
happen.
that timing was pretty timing.
Extreme, we're talking extreme coincidence, but it's like,
Hmm. But also, I wanna also exaggerate when I was talking to you, or I wasn't talking to you, but when you were talking to that girl, I forget her name.
Chelsea,
I'm sorry.
Chelsea Turpin and
Yeah.
Cockpit.
So when
She goes,
she said colors show up in your dreams, and she was talking about the different aspects of your life,
yeah,
basically.
wasn't that interesting? I had never really thought
I
about that too
really
much.
love
Me
that.
too.
And I'm actually noticing that more now that she said that and that I was watching that, I've been noticing more red
Mm,
and now blue. And the blue sapphire was like, if you
wow.
ask me what colors were in my dream, like dreams before the past like week since since last week. That was last week,
Yeah,
right? Since we talked to her.
yeah.
Um,
Exactly 1 week ago.
yeah. So I've been noticing more red. Mom now in my dreams, she's driving a red car.
Wow, really?
And yeah, and now this sapphire or this blue stone, if you ask me about any other colors of my dream, I don't fucking know. The red car has been
Yeah.
showing or did show up. And blue sapphire, and beautiful blue sapphire, and beautiful clear quartz. So clear quartz isn't a color, but it is.
Right.
Uh,
It is, I mean, yeah.
it is
It is its own property. So yeah.
yeah. So
Wow.
right,
You are in tune,
love it.
right?
I mean, I mean, I guess
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
in tune.
you should set up shop and try to tell people's future, and you could probably make money.
Okay. I'm trying to do paint and sips. Hey, people, I paint. No.
You should, have people close their eyes and tell them you're gonna paint what's in their mind, and see if you could
All
turn them
right,
into it.
Ruja.
People
You
do
know,
that. I don't. I've never seen one that was convincing, but people do that.
I'll tell them they can tell me what they want me to paint, and I'll paint it.
Right? It's hard enough when they actually tell you, let alone reading their mind.
Here's a painting.
I love that. The leaves. I love it. I think I saw you might have posted that. I love that.
Yeah, wait. All right. Now I gotta show you the next one, and then we'll talk about Jeannie.
Okay. It's all good. How's everybody feeling out there? I wish Dee Dee was here. Oh, I love that with the swirl, the Fibonacci spiral into the moon. That's awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome.
He's just playing in the snow.
Yeah. I love the sky,
All right.
the silhouette.
That's all.
That's awesome. How much you charging for that one?
You're paused.
Oh, no, I think you're paused. Your phone's messed up.
So,
Erica said love it. Wow.
anyways, I don't really like my face being on camera.
Well, we're here, so if you're gonna be there, you may as well be there. I think you're messing up again, though. Yeah, she's messing up again. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I wanted to talk about. Are you still there?
Am
Okay,
I
we
still
got you
on
back.
camera now? I don't see anything now.
I'm sorry. I
I
wish I could
can't do
help
it
you.
like that. You can see
No,
me? Oh, you can't?
kinda, kinda. You're like going in and out, and it's kind of fuzzy. I can see you right now. Yeah.
I don't like that feeling.
Everybody who's watching, let me know where you're watching from or how you're feeling on this beautiful Friday night. I'm gonna be sharing this to a podcast. The Dreamkeeper podcast will be official by next week.
Should I redo it again?
If you want to. I mean, it's up to you. I'm chilling.
Why do I not see anything?
I don't know. Tonight, I was going to be talking about psychic readings and all that stuff anyway.
Yeah, well, I think all right. That's
You,
different than dream.
you tapped into some sort of psychic ability. Dreams may be a gateway to the psychic realm. It may be different in shift of perspective, but essentially the same thing, I believe.
I can't deal with knowing that people can see me and I don't even know what they're looking at. Can't
I
deal
get
with
it.
it.
Do you have a separate device?
I have my
Pull
laptop.
up Facebook on your laptop and you'll see yourself on there.
No, no way, Jose.
Yep, that's what I do.
Let me try.
You'll even notice how the framing's different from what everyone else is seeing, from what you see on your phone. Drives me crazy. I'm always trying to keep my head in frame because it shrinks down. Not my head, but the frame. You'll see what I mean.
Hold on, I'll try. That's so funny. Wait, we're here? Okay.
You did it?
Oh, wait, so what camera's looking at me?
Your phone.
The phone?
But
Or the,
it'll help you if you set up your phone directly in front of your laptop. It won't hurt your brain so much. How's that? I know it's awkward.
No, now it's showing stories and shit. Hold on.
Well, get it together.
I'm trying. Wait, our live now is like a story.
I think, yeah, it shares to my story too sometimes. If not, actually, I should go and share it to my story right now.
Oh, I'm going to stories. All right. No.
I'm gonna thank you for reminding me. I'm not sure if this is in the Dreamkeeper Nation page either, but I hope so.
All right.
Yeah, let me.
It says you're live.
I'm not sure if this is in the Dreamkeeper
Oh, okay.
Nation. Yeah, turn your volume down.
All right. Which one? It says you're live.
On your laptop.
No.
I can hear.
All right. Which one? It says you're live. I'm so not good at this.
Because it's delayed. I'm not good at it either. All right, so I completely understand. It's
So not good at this.
it's a little weird.
Should I turn off my phone or my computer?
Turn the volume down on your computer. Shannon is in the house. What's up, Shannon? That's cool. I'm glad she's here. Shannon, tonight my sister joined us to talk about how she had a dream about my cousin getting married. And earlier on Facebook, like an hour or two ago, he posted pictures of himself proposing, which was a surprise to everyone. So she apparently had a premonition in a dream, and now she's having technical difficulties. So
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you.
All right. Well, I have blank screens on the computer but anyways, it's not about even the fact that I had a dream that he was getting married or got married.
It's
It's the fact that I saw the color of the stone.
Right.
That's like my biggest thing. It was
Right.
a beautiful blue stone with clear crystal quartz. It wasn't diamonds. It was, and then he told me that her birthstone was sapphire, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me! Like, and I looked it
Now is
up, and I was like, that's exactly what I. Just crazy.
That's interesting. I think we lost you.
Oh.
Shannon said, "Oh, congratulations." Yeah, congratulations to him. I don't even think he's watching this, but he probably will. But as you can imagine, my sister tried to call me right away. And I told her, hold on, because I was setting up for the live, and I told her just join me on live to talk about it. But yeah, that is pretty crazy. Now, did he get her the sapphire for the engagement ring?
Can you hear me at least? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you.
You're so stupid. I can't see anything. Well, if you can hear me, no, he didn't get her the sapphire, but
still, that's her birthstone. So you were in tune.
Yeah.
You were on the frequency of the family. And then you've been having dreams about grandma as well.
Very intensely the past 2 nights, yep.
We know that she's here in spirit with what's going on with the family, because she has been the foundation for him and us and that whole connection.
Yeah, and I don't dream about grandma all the time or anything.
Right.
And it's just interesting. 2 nights ago, you and I were trying to keep her alive. And then last night she was alive. She was fine. And Dylan was getting married. I don't know. Weird.
Jen had some dreams about her too. want to talk about them because I didn't ask her if I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think she's reaching out for sure. I don't think it's just grieving at this point. I really do believe she must be reaching out.
Yeah.
She's still a part of us.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. But I don't know. That gave me chills when I feel like my dreams were right. Like I'm not
Yeah.
I don't it's just
Like I said,
really
there's a lot of documented cases of that. A lot, like some are just anecdotal, but there's some that are actually well documented, where like it's been written down beforehand, dated, and then the
yeah.
thing actually happened
And then
later
and
on.
then it makes you think like because I also like anyone's dreams is like so what my dreams are going to come true
Right.
in a sense,
But it's like
which is
if you're ha
not
if
necessarily.
no, because if you're having a dream that like you're riding on the tip of a blade of grass in the middle of a field and you're the size of an ant and
Not an ant scary.
I'm just saying, like, we have wild dreams that we know aren't necessarily going to directly come true in this dimension of experience, at least from this perceivable,
Yes.
you know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously, I defeated Freddy Krueger in my dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen unless I run into some freak at Salem dressed up like that trying to have a problem. How you doing over there? Can you hear? We're good.
I can hear. I just literally everything's black.
Shannon said,
And I don't like if people could see me and I can't see them. It's annoying.
"All right, well, you're good."
I don't feel good about that.
Shannon said she had a dream she was walking through Candyland. Yeah, stuff like that.
It's
I,
awesome.
I, I hope that is a premonition. I hope
Right?
it does come true for her.
I love that.
Shit.
I'm gonna
Gumdrop
try.
Forest and all, she said. That's badass.
Otherwise, like, then
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna get off like this because like people can
Yeah, I
see
mean,
me.
all right, well, if you're good to go, you can say goodbye. Maybe if you want to try to hop back on in a little bit or whatever. We're here.
I know, but
I got my
now
notes
I'm
here.
annoying. All
Welcome to
right.
my world.
Yeah,
It's been every
but it
Friday
should be
morning.
working for you. What if I was someone really important and it wasn't working?
I would tell them it's their fault. Sorry. No, I wouldn't. I would probably try to take the blame briefly, and then I would try to make them realize it's their fault, and then I'd say goodbye. Try to join us again. There's only so much we can do. All right, goodbye. I think she's gone. Yeah, we lost her. That's okay. She'll probably be in the comments section. Yeah, Shannon, Gumdrop Forest. That's beautiful. I was talking about all types of different cases historically where people have premonitions that did come true. Uh, it definitely does happen, but that doesn't mean that all dreams are going to come true in this existence, obviously. Okay, she's messaging me. Yeah. Um, so I wanted to talk about my friend who had that psychic reading, and he wasn't necessarily happy about my interpretation of it. So he didn't want me to play it, the whole thing, for people. He wasn't too happy about that idea. He understands where I'm coming from, but he apparently the person who did the psychic reading on him has a much bigger following on social media than I do. Not that I care, but he doesn't want me to call them out. So it's all good though, and I get it. And I'm definitely not here to be that guy because we know magic can happen. We know magic does happen. I have no doubt in my mind. But any case that I've seen of a psychic reading, I've always found another explanation for it, especially it's over commercialized, and a lot of these people have been called out publicly, and they usually just go on to make money through some other, at least slightly nefarious means. And I do believe that a lot of those psychics are doing them. I don't think that their intentions are pure, and even if they are, I think that they can be misleading and destructive. So, I mean, there's a bunch of cases. I don't know how many of you have heard of Sylvia Brown, but I remember my mom watching Sylvia Brown for years. She loved her, and I know it's convincing, especially when you see it on mainstream TV like that. It's like, how can they? Oh, I'm hard to hear. Hmm. Okay, I can fix that. I wonder why it does that. You know what? I'm probably hard to hear because that's probably because your connection's messed up. All right, I'm gonna switch out mics real quick. Sorry, people, but yeah, that's probably your own fault. Can everyone else out there hear okay? Or okay, laggy slash cutting out. Yeah. Maybe maybe it's got something to do with my connection. It's not you. Yeah, no, it's not you. I guess it's not. Uh, let me see if I can kick some of the kids off. I can see how many devices are on the Wi-Fi here. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. All this technical nonsense. Let, let me close this out. It's cutting out a lot. Maybe I gotta go tell the kids to turn. They probably got like four TVs going, plus their phones with YouTube and everything. So we will deal with it. Erica said they'll deal with it. So she said she's not gonna log out and log back in. She said she'll just deal with it. Okay. Um, I don't know. What was I talking about? Psychics. So my friend who had his reading, who doesn't want me to really talk about it or play it live or anything, I told him I gotta at least mention it, but I'm not gonna go into any specifics. But like, it just wasn't very convincing at all. I would love to have that person give me a reading, and you know, we'll see. A lot of it's confirmation bias. I don't always want to be up here bashing him, but he sent it to me and asked me for my opinion. So like, I see a lot of the Barnum effect in there. I know I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the Barnum effect, named after Barnum and Bailey, the circus guy, and I think I only think it's named after him because he has the famous quote that a sucker is born every minute, and the the effect was studied. It might have been on kids in like the 1920s or the 1940s, maybe. I feel like I could look it up. But Ryan, you said you've always wanted to have a reading without giving them any information so they can't bias. Yeah, yeah. And honestly, if you get someone that's really good, they can still be somewhat convincing because there's a difference. One they call cold reading and the other one they call hot reading. Obviously, hot reading is where they get some type of information from usually multiple different sources ahead of time. And then cold reading is when they're completely reaching out without any prior information, which they usually do with a group of people. You won't see a psychic go into a session trying to do a cold read one-on-one. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but if it does, it's probably not very successful. So the cold reading happens in big groups, so they can say ambiguous things and try to connect with someone, and then they'll exploit that, as far as they can until it doesn't match anymore, and then they'll shift over to someone else. It's really and the techniques that I saw that I was when I was listening to the psychic reading that my friend had, the techniques that were being used were very similar to that. I mean, I'll leave it. I could even say, because I'm not going to say the person's name or anything, but at one point she said something like, she was like, I see something. Cliff said prophesize prophecies, or just prophecies. Is that like Spanish and then English? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, prophecies. That's what I was talking about, Nostradamus and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I was very interested in Nostradamus for a long time, and I looked into that a lot. But like, so what I saw this in this psychic reading, the one thing she said was like, uh, she said your mother wasn't very interested in gardening, was she? She said was she wasn't very interested in flowers and gardening, was she? That was one thing that this psychic said, you know, and of course, a question like that is set up so ambiguously that first off, most, you know, this person is a little bit older than me, a few years older than me, so the likelihood of an older lady, the age of his mom, being interested in gardening or flowers, which those are, you know, it's a very broad spectrum there, the likelihood's pretty high. And then, hi Lisa. Oh, where's Lisa at? And then, but so when you say something like, oh, your mother wasn't interested in gardening and flowers, was she? Well, if you say yes, then that seems like a hit. Seems like she was right. And then if you say no, she'll say, "Oh, yeah, I didn't think so," you know, because she sets it up like, "Oh, it's an open-ended statement." No, she wasn't interested in gardening, was she? So if she wasn't, you say, "Oh, no, okay, I didn't think so," you know, and if she was, well, then all of a sudden you're dealing with the prophet, you know. It's just little tactics like that, and then just little things through the power of suggestion, same things that they use in horoscopes and stuff. And that's what I was talking about before I started messing it up was the Barnum effect, named after Barnum and Bailey, the from the circus guy. And I think it's only named after him because he said a sucker's born every minute. I could be wrong about that, but the experiment that was originally done was on like 39 students, and basically a teacher went and just grabbed a random horoscope out of the local paper or something, and he gave that same horoscope description to all of the students, and then asked them to rate it on an accuracy from 1 to 5, and the average rating was 4.2. So I think it was only four students rated it below a 4. So most students rated it 4 or higher. Have I heard of human design? Thoughts? No, I mean, no, I've never heard of human design. What do you mean by that, Chelsea? I'm curious. No, I've never heard of human design. But what I'm saying about the Barnum effect, that's been recreated in labs and in all types of tests, hundreds, if not maybe even thousands of times. It's been tested to where if you give people a bunch of ambiguous statements that are, they seem specific, but they can apply to anyone. And a lot of times they'll throw a phrase in there like at some point or in the future or, you know, so it's not, it's, you know, it's the fortune cookie effect. I mean, it doesn't mean that a fortune cookie, you can't, it doesn't mean you can't read a fortune that might align with you very specifically and personally, but it just means that we have a tendency to associate with suggestible statements. What is human design? I mean, I know what human and design is, but what do you mean by human design, Chelsea? Like, how would I even look that up? I just type in human design, you know. Okay, a system that combines elements of astrology, the I Ching, Kabbalah, and the chakra system to create a personality and life path analysis. Well, I'm not familiar with that, but I like that. That sounds intriguing, and very interesting. The system is based on the idea that each individual has a unique design that can provide insights into their strengths, weaknesses, and life purposes. Here are some key components of the human design system: body graph, type, authority, profiles, defined and undefined, channels and gates. Interesting. I like that. Okay. I feel like if there was some I feel like if there was some validity to what any of these people do, it would probably be more effective to have a more holistic approach like this. Because I mean, I do think there's a lot of significance to astrological bodies, although I don't believe in astrology or horoscopes. I mean, I've already explained for a lot of reasons why we know that they're wrong. And the I Ching is very interesting. The Kabbalah, there's definitely a lot to that, and the chakra systems for sure. So I mean, I'll definitely start looking more into that. That sounds pretty legitimate to me. I'm sure, just like everything else, though, when you take it to a commercialized level, it can get tainted. But my initial thoughts on that is that's awesome. Sounds really cool. You know, I don't believe in astrology, but I guess if you could try to incorporate the significance of astrological bodies with a bunch of other ancient philosophies, in this case, you know, considering the Kabbalah and the chakra systems, that sounds pretty cool. Sounds like you'd be more likely to be onto something with that than just simply from astrology or any single-minded point of view. It's interesting. It can go pretty deep. Oh, I'm sure it can go very, very deep. You could take that as deep as possible, for sure. You could take any one of those individual topics very deep. So trying to combine all of them. I like that. I'm sure there's something to it. I think there's something to everything. I just think everything is also susceptible to commercialization and exploitation. And that's when it turns into something that it's really not, or something that it wasn't supposed to be. But yeah, that's really interesting. Still though, still the Barnum effect is a real thing. You know, that is something that is verified, easily falsifiable, and studied and recreated numerous times. So we know that it's easy for people to connect with general statements, especially if they're suggestive statements or a lot of times things that might make someone feel better about themselves. Or a lot of times what these psychics do is they'll feel you out and they'll tell you kind of what you want to hear. So if you seem more like the paranoid type, they'll feed you some more of that. You said I need to go on TikTok, sister? Yeah, I need another device to do that. I I went on TikTok last week. Were you there for that? Have everyone here go watch there. You're right, but it's just different. And a lot of people here might not have TikToks or might not really do TikTok like that. Some of them might, and I will try to get them to go over there. But yeah, and it worked. It did work. I didn't tell everyone what happened though, like later on in that session, or maybe I made it a different session. But I was on Yo Cliff. I was on TikTok last week, and I got kicked off, and it covered my video, and it said that I was putting out content that may be sensitive for minors or something, unsuitable for minors, and you said I would have so many more people watching. I guess, and but when I did go, and yeah, maybe if I did it more consistently, I would get more people. But like when I was on there, it was whack and it was weird, and like the people that watch are it's going to be on the For You page, so it's going to be more public people. So yeah, it's a great way to reach new people, but it's not a great way to cultivate a deeper relationship with the people I have. Facebook is more personal in that sense. So they both have their place. And I do want to get on TikTok too. I don't think that I can do both at the same time though, and I don't even think I would want to because if I'm talking to everyone through the comments on Facebook, then the people on TikTok aren't gonna see what I'm responding to, and vice versa. And I'm not definitely not gonna just completely turn my dream sessions over to TikTok. I got to keep that. A lot of my people here on Facebook, it's just I don't know what to do. You're right though, and I have the potential to make more money on TikTok. I already made more money from that one live on TikTok than I've made from any Facebook lives, and I was just from Johnny. He sent me some hearts or something, and it gave me like 80 cents. Yeah, you can see the comments on TikTok, I know, but I'm saying I don't want to go live on both because people watching from TikTok aren't going to see the comments on Facebook that I'm responding to. So they're going to be like, and vice versa. People on Facebook aren't going to see the TikTok comments. So I think I should probably do one at a time anyway. I think. I don't know. And TikTok is like more engaging. There's like challenges, and I got to be like tapping the screen and stuff. And like people have much shorter attention spans, so I have to like everything I that I see about it. One of the main suggestions is to have music on in the background when you're on TikTok, and like as we see here, we have enough issues just with the regular audio. It's probably it's hard enough to hear me half the time. So I don't know. You're right though. I should go live on TikTok, and if Facebook and TikTok were cool with people going live, or if TikTok would let me go live from my laptop, I would do that. But it doesn't. So one day, I was gonna take the phone that I gave to Elijah and start using that for my TikTok lives. I can't lie, but I would have felt bad because he had been good and he earned it back. So I had to give him his phone back. And then, you know, maybe when I get another phone, an extra phone, I can do both at the same time. You're right though. If I could go over there, people do those stupid battles where they don't even do nothing. They just sit there and talk to their followers, and people send them gifts in the form of like roses and stars and hearts or whatever, and people make money from that. It's crazy. I see people up there making thousands of dollars just doing nothing, basically. Wow. But I love these dream sessions, so I can't compromise that. Maybe I can pick like a different time to steadily go live on TikTok. The other thing about the TikTok lives is that it doesn't save the video. So as soon as I'm done going live, the video's gone. They really do make money, and all you have to do is talk. You're right. You're right. I mean, I would pull it up right now if I could, but it won't let me. Especially about dreams. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I don't want to compromise my Facebook lives though. So in the meantime, here we are. But I'll definitely get on there. I tried so hard to get my 1,000 followers as quick as possible so I could just go live on there. I didn't realize I can only do it from a phone. So Ryan just sent me another link. What is that, homie? What is that link you sent me? I know I could do the live on Twitter too, but Twitch. Okay, Ryan said Twitch. Yeah, I should do the Twitch too. A lot of people do that too. I've been hearing a lot about that. But do people make money on Twitch? Is there any way to monetize over there? I mean, I guess you could always like put your link somewhere or your Cash App and hope that people send you stuff. People do that on TikTok too. I see them shout out. They're like, my Cash App is in the comments or whatever, my PayPal, and they're like, oh, Jenny, thank you for the $40. Oh, like it's crazy, crazy. I'm not trying to just like collect money from people like that, but damn, like what are these other people doing? Oh, Ryan, you said put your store there for sure. Okay, so I could go live on Twitch and put my store. The more links, the better. Okay, is that how Twitch works? Okay, I'll set that up maybe. Now, hopefully, Twitch will let me go live from my laptop. Reddit, everything. Yeah, I don't have a Reddit. I mean, I do have a Reddit. I set it up for something else, but yeah, Reddit takes like time to get established on there to build up those points or whatever to even be able to do anything. Man. But yeah, I could try out Twitch, I guess. Hopefully they would let me go live from my laptop. I don't know. I've thought about that. Do I have to pay for an account? Okay, yeah, you said hit you another time and we'll talk streaming. Okay. You can link them all at the same time. Yeah, I know there's ways to link them. OBS Studio, yes. I've been looking into the OBS Studio a lot, and I've been talking to my boy Johnny about that too. And I sat here for like 8 hours straight the one night trying to get that set up, and I was unsuccessful. So I gave up. But yeah, no, that's cool. That I'll definitely hit you up after at some point in the future. Oh, you said there's no sound at all? Can everyone hear me? Are we okay? Hmm. Yeah, we'll do all that. I guess I definitely got to branch out more. Okay, Ryan, you here? Yeah, I would love to do these lives on YouTube at the same time too. My issue is I don't want to have to pay for a streaming service, so I refuse to actually until I start making enough money to justify it. I can't do that. So in the meantime, we're here on Facebook, stuck here. I don't know. I guess probably when I'm done with this live, I'll go over to TikTok and stream on there. But then it's just like weird for me at that moment after talking so much on here. It's like, what am I gonna go say over there? Just repeat myself, or you know? And then also, it's not as interactive over there because I don't, because no one that I know is watching, so like people aren't talking, and I don't know. I had issues trying to get anyone to join me on there. Ended up joining on video with a bunch of random people. I'm still friends. I'm still following uh, Coach Nick, the one dude with the beard that was telling me how to. Man, it's weird. Whatever. But yeah, so what do we want to talk about, everyone? What are we feeling? I was kind of ranting about psychic mediums and all that. I got a lot to say about that because a lot of it bothers me. And dreams and premonitions. Yo, Cliff, where are you at? Oh yeah, so last week on whatever we could talk about it. Last week on TikTok, I got kicked off. I think it was because I was smoking on there. It said the use of any smoking products or whatever. It kicked me off. Literally dropped my live and put a big message thing over my video. So like, I'm just saying, like, as much as people talk about Facebook and its censorship, at least it hasn't bothered us. I got Cliff over here flashing all types of stuff on the screen. Facebook never bothered us with that. So there's that. You said you're interested in dreams and premonitions. Yeah, I guess that should be the topic of the night. That's kind of what we're talking about. Uh, I don't know. I've only ever had a few, and we've pretty much talked about them. But like I said, there's a bunch from history that are documented, well documented. I think the most interesting is the scientist that discovered the cellular structure for acetylcholine. and it was a problem that people have been trying to solve for a long time. And then if you in the scientific community, what they say is the general consensus is that you can't learn anything in a dream that you didn't already know. You know, they take that type of approach. But I find that hard to believe because then there's been tests to show that you can improve your problem solving skills. Well, it doesn't, they haven't proved that you can learn things you didn't already know. They proved that if you think about something enough, you can understand it better. And I always talk about the tests that they do, but they're interesting. They're really interesting. I think in the one they would give them simple but difficult enough problems. I remember the one problem was like they had 9 circles in a triangle, and they told the people they can only move 3 circles to make the triangle face down. The triangle was like pointing up, and they would give these people the tests, and then the people obviously wouldn't be able to do it, and that's what they were hoping for. They would tell them like to solve it in a minute, you know, and then they would do similar tests with them while they were awake, and then they would do the lucid dreaming experiments. So they would tell the people to go to sleep. These are people that were highly effective and capable of lucid dreaming. And even then, if they get people that are like trained and good at lucid dreaming, even then, when they do the experiments, only a certain percentage of them will have a lucid dream that night. So they work with large groups of people and get the best results they can. But then, so when the people were lucid dreaming, they would they would tell them tests, and I think I talked about this, but not about the learning factor of it or the development factor of it. But they would give them the tests, different tests though, not the exact same test, but similar structured tests, and then they would try it with a separate group of people, and they would give them the tests during the day when they were awake, and they would not give them any tests at night while they were dreaming. Nothing. So then, between the two groups of people, the people who were presented with those tests while they were dreaming would perform remarkably better than the people that weren't presented with those tests while they were dreaming. So I thought that was really interesting. You can learn and develop skills in your dreams. So there's no reason to think that we can't see things we wouldn't have otherwise known. It's not beyond the scope of possibilities. It's actually, I think it's very likely. Personally, that's how I feel. Yeah, yeah, it is interesting. They would do, it's like I always say, they would do the regular tests, like because we know in rapid eye movement that the eyes are looking where they're looking in the dream. They would tell people like, look left and look left twice and look right twice when you become lucid. And they would by just have they would have like different things hooked up around the face. You can tell which way the eye is looking, and they would say, okay, this confirms that that person is in a lucid dream. They found a way to communicate with someone while they're sleeping. And then they found ways to get feedback from those people while they're sleeping. I might have talked about this before, but it's so interesting. In that dream, they would give them simple math problems, and they would tell them, they would tell them before they go to sleep, they would tell them, look up to count for every one. When we give you the math problems, so they would give them simple math problems. 3 plus 2, the little simple problems, and they would look up. You know, as many times as they would have to give them the answer, or different variations of things like that. And they found that they could communicate with people in real time while they were dreaming. And when the people wake up from their dreams, some of them didn't even remember it, which is very interesting. So we know now, and that not just through those experiments, there's other ones too. That's actually a little different. They tried different experiments for this, but they know that you can have a lucid dream. And I thought in the past that if you're going to remember a dream, it's the lucid ones. If you wake up and realize that you're dreaming, that's the one that you're most likely to remember, because a lot of times we do. But they found through these experiments that a lot of times people will have these interactive lucid dreams and then wake up and not remember still. So it's interesting to think about that most of us have probably gone lucid in our dreams and woke up and not remembered it for different reasons. That's brain chemistry. I've shared those videos on my page before, but yeah, but these people, but then some people who did remember the dreams, they would come back and they would say, like they heard the math problem as a voice coming from the sky. Some people would say they heard the math problem as a voice coming over the radio, like the person in their dream, they were in the car, and it was like a voice coming over the car radio, and all different types of things. I think I've talked about that before, but it's just fascinating. And it's another reason for me to question dream time. People talk about how dreams can happen in different times. Like you can have a 3 hour dream in only 30 minutes or something, or all that. And I've talked about that a lot before too, actually. But I think that's an illusion. Maybe different dreams at different times have different time spans, different relative experiences of time. But as far as they know, every time they've done a test, time was exactly or generally aligned with real time. And they've done that with interesting tests too. They would just do a ticking clock for someone. So when someone goes into the lucid dream state, they play a ticking clock, and they tell them move your eyes back and forth in time with the ticking clock, and different variations of that same principle. And they found that dream time is in sync with this time. So I thought that was interesting because we know that time is relative. We do know for a fact that time does change and based on relative speed. So, but it's interesting that we know at least some dreams or all the lucid dreams where it's ever been studied have shown that they experience that in the same time as as us. Their time was in sync with ours. But who knows? There's a lot of variables to that. I just think it's interesting. Yo, Cliff, where you at, homie? How you feeling out there? How's everyone? Where I wish we had Dee Dee here. I'm sure she's gonna join us soon. But I'm gonna go through and like some comments. She said if she does join, it'll either be late or she'll just have to watch the replay. That's okay. But so yeah, dreams and premonitions. I wonder if there's a way to channel that flow of energy to try to intentionally dream about things that might happen. Because I know when it happens to people, it's usually when you don't expect it. Just like shared dreams and all these other things. I don't think there's any documented scientific studies of premonitions, but there are historical examples that are supposedly well documented. I'm gonna look that up. I'm curious. Cliff, you said you're eating dinner, then you have a fresh bud to vaporize. That's what's up, homie. Yeah, like I was saying, if we were on TikTok live, I might get kicked off just for that. Like they're crazy. Hmm. It's strange how science hasn't yet developed any effective tests for premonitions in dreams or shared dreams. It's weird. It's strange to me. And I wonder if there's been results that they are reluctant to talk about. I'm curious about that. I wonder sometimes. Yo, Cliff, you ever had a premonition in a dream? You ever had a dream that came true? Anyone else out there ever had a dream that came true? If you're watching in the replay, let me know. I'm curious. I think I've talked about mine enough, but it is fascinating to me. Cliff, you said you have? Yeah? Yeah, everyone I ask says they have. So I really think there's something to it. I really do. And and I've proven it because I've had it written down. I wish more people would do that, and I want to continue to do that. And lately, like I said, the last couple of months, really, since I really started getting deep into this stuff, I have been remembering my dreams more. I had a dark period there where it's just like so much work and so little sleep, just focusing on strictly trying to survive and grow, you know, financially and with the family. I really was distant for a while there, but lately just thinking about it brings it to the forefront of the mind, and I've been remembering my dreams more. I still don't write them down because, yeah, for a lot of reasons. Like, you know, I got to get up so damn early for work, and usually it's I get up and go. I just got to get there, but I will. I need to start doing it. I will. It's not just like it's like I could use the phone thing, but it'd be tough. By the time I get up and get dressed and get downstairs, a lot of times you already start to forget the dream, and like by then it's like I gotta take my morning piss and make my coffee and get out the door, and I don't want to be laying in bed recording on my phone, laying next to my girl. She's probably gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?" She's got to wake up in like an hour, so I try not to bother her when I wake up. Whatever, excuses. I'll start recording my dreams more and start documenting that more. I wonder, I would like to try to connect with grandma and just, try to relay some direct messages. If I could be lucid, that would be amazing. I don't know. I'd like to try that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll take Chelsea's advice and start trying to talk to her during the day more. My focus has been so much on this buying this house and trying to make more money. So it's just my brain's been crazy. And she messaged me and said good night. Yeah. Yeah, Cliff, I'm not staying up till the sun comes up tonight. I'm gonna get to bed with her.